Hi, and welcome to the Butler Buzz. I'm your host, Katie Stutz, and I'm sitting here with Mrs. Claus. Mrs. Claus, thank you so much for being with us
Hi,
today.
Katie. Thanks for having me. We're so excited. I'm so excited to bring the great news that you're letting us share that the community is involved with a project to help all the local cancer patients in the Butler County. And that is Hang Tough, Stockings Stuffed with Love and Care. And as you can see, I brought you a stocking that's kind of a sample that has all kinds of goodies in it that brings smiles to our cancer patients in the Butler area.
Definitely. It's very cheerful, and it's an amazing donation that you get from people.
It is. And we work from November 4th to December 4th before we actually distribute the stockings. And this year, our goal is to exceed last year, which was 1,505 stockings.
So how can people get involved with Hang Tough and helping out with the stockings?
Well, Katie, you yourself can get involved with Hang Tough, and all the community members in Butler and Mercer counties can get involved with Hang Tough. And what we do is we have our great, fantastic website, and they can click a link on there that will take them straight to collection sites. And we have 17 collection sites this year in the Butler area. And if we add the Mercer area, we now are up to 22 sites that they can collect stockings at.
Oh, that's great.
Other than that, we have a bunch of places that if the people don't want to stuff a stocking, they can actually drop off donations. But we prefer stuffed stockings.
Okay.
That way we know they have been stuffed with love and care, because you as a family member or a church group or whatever group or organization you belong to may get together and stuff a stocking. We have a lot of people in different varieties and different organizations that do that.
Okay. And then I also like on here how you have examples of things that you could donate.
Yes.
This is great because, some people might want to help out but might be stumped on what would be appropriate to put in there.
Right.
But
and this is a feedback that we've gotten from many cancer patients themselves, and also from the cancer clinic at Butler. We were helped with what patients could use while they're getting treatments. Most of the stockings are handed out right here in Butler and also Mercer County in several different cancer treatment facilities, which, on a side note, we're very blessed in Butler to have options that people can stay in their hometown and not have to drive to a major city like Pittsburgh or Buffalo or Rochester or Cleveland. We're fortunate that there's many facilities that can treat people here. So we have coloring books and crayons, and as you look at the list, we have all kinds of fun things too, with stuffed animals. Sometimes there's dog treats, and since they're coming from community members, we don't know what's in the stockings.
Right.
In the past, we've had some feedback back from thank you notes or from notes that have been received. And a lot of the things that are in there, note cards and stamps and gift cards to Sheetz and gift cards to Subway and restaurants and many different stores, just so people could go Christmas shopping. They can buy lunch after their treatments. They could buy gas to get back to their next treatments. Just anything that is appropriate that you would like to get in your stocking also.
All right. So what do you do with the stockings when you collect them?
Well, we go around, we collect the stockings from the 17 or 22 vendors that are gladly accepting the collections. And this year, the Butler Township Volunteer Fire District 3 has donated us a building to use as quote-unquote the North Pole.
Oh, cool.
So our elves will be down there sorting and marking and repacking them so that, like, when we get a whole box of stockings in, let's just say from Armstrong, if we get a box of stockings in from Armstrong, then we would go through and make sure that all 50 of Armstrong stockings don't go to the same facility. We mix and match wherever they're going. So this year we have the bowling teams, and we have the Butler Golden Tornado Hockey Association. We have Girl Scout troops. We have church leagues and women's auxiliaries. We have the Township Volunteer Auxiliary. We have church ladies auxiliaries. And so we'll just take all the stockings that we get, which last year was 1,505.
That's incredible.
And that's a lot of stockings.
Yes, it is.
So we're blessed to be able to say that the volunteer firemen are giving us that North Pole to sort and stack stockings in to get back out the door to get to the facilities, so that, due to bad weather or, inclement times of December, we will still have the stockings and patients still get a stocking. And that will, December 4th, we will be collecting them, and then we will redistribute starting on the 8th. So we work from the 8th to the 20th, putting them in the facilities and getting them into the patient's hands.
Well, here the VNA also helps distribute your stockings.
They do. They've been very a blessing to us in a way that we can help them bring some cheer into the homes of patients also. So last year they handed out over 300 stockings. And so with the help of everybody in the community, we're able to try to put a stocking in everyone's hands, a smile in all their hearts, and hope that it helps bring a little cheer over the holidays.
Oh, I'm sure it does. I'm sure they look
There's
forward
so
to
many
it.
fun things. And one of the biggest things is, Katie, that this is a great project for families to do. Spend a Sunday stuffing stockings that are doing something for someone other than themselves.
Right. Mrs. Claus, thank you so much for coming in today.
Thanks, Katie. I'm so happy to be here, and I'm glad you had me. Thank you.
Thank you. We'll be right back with our next guest.
Not long ago, this is what it meant to have TV everywhere. The idea of taking your favorite shows and movies with you everywhere was a dream. It was an impossibility. Not anymore. You're mobile. Now, so is your TV. TV Everywhere gives you access to the programs you love. And the best part? It's included free with your Armstrong subscription. Simply verify your Armstrong subscription on your favorite channel's app or watch on armstrongonewire.com/TVE. Your content, your way, whenever you want it. Armstrong. Life made easy.
Hi, and welcome back. I'm sitting here with Philip from the Butler Little Theater. Philip, thanks so much for being with us tonight.
Thank you for the opportunity to come out and talk about the Little Theater. We're very appreciative of it.
Yeah, it sounds great. So you guys have a new lineup coming up.
Yes, we just started our 79th consecutive season at the Butler Little Theater.
Oh, congrats.
Yeah, thank you. Next year we become an octogenarian.
Nice.
And we've just opened our first production with the, I won't get the full title, but it was a very funny version of Macbeth.
Okay.
And had a wonderful turnout for it, great cast, and now we're into our second show called The Language Archive. And it's a quirky little comedy about a person obsessed with languages, but he has the inability to communicate clearly and effectively with the people closest to him.
Okay.
So, and it's packaged in a very fun little show, and we're very excited to put this different show for our particular audiences on the stage.
Sure. I think it's something everybody could relate to.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And it's not your run of the mill, old classics mothball production. It's a newer, fresh show that is fairly modern in ways, but dealing with universal topics, I guess you could say.
Okay. Well, that sounds cool.
Yeah, we're having a really good time with it. We always have a great time putting on new productions and old productions for our audiences. And, we're looking ahead to our 80th season next year and figuring out what plays are going to be best suited for an anniversary year of sorts. And, what plays do we harken back to in our old catalog of shows, and what plays might we be looking forward to that are more modern, that makes the audience think about the longevity of the theater and, the future of it.
And what's to come.
Exactly,
Sure.
exactly. So it's a fun little puzzle figuring out how to construct a season like this past year. This year and the last year, I was on the play rating committee for all of them, and seeing how the ideas and suggestions come about and bounce the ideas back and forth to each other, and our opinions of shows, and then formulate it into a season that has nice little ebbs and flows and highs and lows, and you balance the comedies with the dramas and the size of casts and the topics and subject matter of each show. So it can be very interesting when you're on the inside
Right.
inner sanctums and figure out how this whole thing comes together.
Philip, tell us how we can learn more about the Butler Little Theater.
Well, the Butler Little Theater has its own website, as with almost every single organization in the universe these days.
Sure.
But we are at bltgroup.org, BLT for Butler Little Theater, not
Okay.
bacon, lettuce, and tomato, but the bltgroup.org. There you can find all the information on our current season. We put on 5 shows each season, and all the information of upcoming special events that are not part of our season, such as a children's workshop, which will be coming up. Registration's usually around in January. That runs through the spring, and then all different little things that come up, special concerts or whatever, that we might be hosting.
Okay.
But also it has a page for our ticket information. You can go online when it's getting close to showtime, and you can click on the seat you want, and do it all digitally. You don't really have to call in anymore between 7 and 9. If you're not home, you can just go online and order it anytime you want.
It sounds easy.
It is very easy. I mean, that's what we have to be these days.
Right.
Easy and accessible.
Right.
So yeah, all the information on Butler Little Theater is there. We are still taking memberships if people are interested in becoming a member. If you buy a membership, you get 5 coupons that are good for any of the shows. You're not committed to every single show. You can use 5 tickets for one show, or you can use 2 here, 1 here, 2 there, whatever combination you want.
Like a night out with your friends.
Exactly.
Okay.
And it's a savings of a few dollars. So if you think you and some friends might be seeing a couple shows, it's worth becoming a member. Plus, you get all the insider information with our mailings and all the perks that come with being a member.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we really could have. We are always looking for new members. We're always looking for people to be involved on stage, off stage, and just help bring the fun and arts to our community. So
yeah, definitely.
And anybody can be involved. You don't need any theater experience. You don't need.
You can just come as you are and
exactly,
kind of learn on set.
Exactly. If you like the theater, if you like theater in general, you're welcome to join us. You're welcome to be part of it. You can run for the board of directors, even if though you never set foot on stage. That's not a requirement. If you have passion for it, if you have an interest in it, and you want to help the Little Theater succeed, you are our type of person. So we invite everybody. Come and be involved with our 79th season and going into our 80th, and keep it going for the rest of our community for years to come.
Philip, thanks so much for coming in tonight.
Oh, thank you very much. We really appreciate Armstrong inviting us and helping us promote the Butler Little Theater, and we hope to increase our membership and increase our participation with our audience, and we hope to see you in the seats.
We'll be right back with our next guest.
Dude, what is up with your house?
Oh, it's cool. My parents just got Zoom.
Zoom now includes enhanced Wi-Fi to give you even better coverage throughout your whole home while providing real-time protection against cyber threats. Plus complete control from anywhere with the Plume app. Coverage for every device, security for everyone, control for you. Zoom from Armstrong, always connected.
Hi, and welcome back. I'm sitting here with Jim from Outdoor Immersion. Jim, thanks so much for being with us tonight.
Good to be here, Kate.
So tell us about Outdoor Immersion.
Outdoor Immersion. Well, we are a nonprofit 501c3 organization. We're down in Beaver County.
Okay.
I'm actually a Butlerite.
Okay.
Transferred down there. But we do faith-based outdoor adventure, recreation, and fitness for veterans and military, people in recovery, and at-risk youth.
Wow, that's fantastic.
It is fantastic.
Yeah, you're really helping a lot of people.
Yeah, we're helping a lot of people. We are involved in Beaver County. We work with 2 different youth agencies.
Okay.
Aliquippa Impact is one. Trails Ministries is another. Trails in Beaver Falls. Aliquippa is in Aliquippa Impact. But then we also work in the Beaver County Veteran Treatment Court, where every 2 weeks we're in a courtroom. That's something I never really knew I was going to be.
It just kind of happened?
Yeah,
Okay.
Because of what we were doing in the southwestern PA area, working with veterans. The word gets out. Social media is now, life.
Sure. Yeah.
Right? And so people see what we're doing, and then we get asked to participate in other events by other organizations, and one thing led to a next, and we were invited to give a presentation in the courtroom. And at the end of that presentation, the judge immediately assigned a veteran to us.
Okay.
And we went out once a week for the next month, and when that veteran was reviewed again in the courtroom, and we were invited back as well, unbeknownst to me, he had completely changed. And the questions were, Jim, what did you do with this guy? And the answer was, we just went for hikes out in the woods and had conversations.
So you use nature to kind of help people emotionally.
Exactly. Everything that, in all of in all of nature, we have all these good things. Science will tell you right now, you can find studies that will tell you that if you spend as little as 15 minutes, you will experience lower heart rate, your blood pressure goes down, respiratory rate goes down.
Right.
Cortisol, which is a stress hormone, goes down. Serotonin, which is a calming sort of hormone, goes up. You become more clear thinking, you become more creative, you become more driven, you become more hopeful, more positive, confident, and that's it, And so, but we're also a faith-based organization. We come from a biblical perspective. If you know anything about the Bible, we got Genesis, and in the beginning, God created all the stuff.
Right.
And after he created all the stuff, he said it was good. And so we knew it was good. In our world today, we like to find out, what makes things work. And so science tells us that it's good as well. So it matches up.
Right.
So to get them out there and experience the benefits of that tends to even them out, calm them down, give them hope for the future. And that's exactly what we've seen with the veterans that have come out with us. We started out doing more group-oriented activities with other organizations, but when we got invited into the Veteran Treatment Court, we ended up in 3 different treatment courts in southwestern PA. And so our focus shifted more to veterans who were struggling to the point of being arrested and incarcerated and needing assistance to recover from the different things they were facing. And time after time, we have veterans who, in one case, actually in 2 cases, it was felt that they were on the brink of maybe even taking their own life.
Right.
And so in each of those 2 cases that I'm thinking about right now, there were really miraculous turnarounds.
So Jim, in order to get involved and help out with outdoor immersion, how would someone go about doing that?
Very good question. We are on the World Wide Web at www.outdoorimmersion.org. We are on Facebook as well.
Okay.
Easy to find us, Outdoor Immersion. Do a search, you'll find us. You could like us. I would like to also point out that there's an opportunity to help us. We're having our first major fundraiser on November 9th. It's called the Resilient Service Members Classic.
Okay.
It's a 5K, 10K, and 20-mile trail run at Raccoon Creek State Park. And it's going to be a great event. There's something there for everybody. You could walk the 5K, or if you really want to do 20 miles, you could do 20 miles. But just look up outdoorimmersion.org and you'll find all the information.
So you can register online?
Register online at outdoorimmersion.org.
Nice. Jim, thanks so much for coming on the show today.
It's been my pleasure. Thanks for having me.
We'll be right back with our next guest.
Armstrong Comfort Solutions is now the best choice for all your heating and cooling needs. New installations or service calls, our expert technicians can provide you with the service and support you need to keep your home comfortable, no matter the season. We offer products from industry-leading brands like Carrier and Mitsubishi, and we're here for you with 24/7 local support and emergency service. Call us today at 724-789-9100 and experience the satisfaction you've come to expect from Armstrong.
Hi, and welcome back. I'm sitting here with Elizabeth from Living in Liberty. Elizabeth, thank you so much for being with us tonight.
Well, thank you for having me.
Can you tell us about Living in Liberty and what you bring to the community?
So Living in Liberty is a nonprofit here in the southwestern area that helps women transition out of sex trafficking. And we're specifically in Butler doing street outreach, where we connect with women in the streets that are either being prostituted or, caught up in sex trafficking.
Okay.
So we do that by walking around areas where we've identified that women are being prostituted and connect with them and give them food and resources.
Support.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And try to get them out of their situation.
That's great. And I heard it's becoming more necessary to be able to do the outreach with them.
Absolutely. It's very important. Often they don't have the resources or feel destitute, feel like they're hopeless and don't see any way out of their situation.
Maybe they just don't know where to turn, but when they have someone available, you meet them where they are.
Absolutely. And we don't have any expectations when we meet with them. It's really being present with them, loving them where they're at, and just creating a presence there. And so that when they're ready to make a decision, to take that next step.
What other ways do you help women involved in sex trafficking?
So beside the street outreach that we do in 6 areas of southwestern PA, we also operate a safe home where they can come stay with us for a year to year and a half, and this helps them transition out. It's a 5-phase program that we start with getting them basic needs like health care and just their ID, and dental care, and then we transition to working on, often most of the women that we work with are working on recovery from addiction.
Okay.
And then counseling from the trauma they've experienced from being trafficked.
Right.
And so that's important. And then we go on to what's called the dreaming phase, where we help them kind of figure out what they'd like to do next. And then in the next phase, we help them walk that out, whatever that may look like. So for one woman wanted to go to culinary school because she wanted to be a caterer. Another one wanted to go to college to be a legal assistant. So it looks different for each woman.
Everyone's story is different.
Yeah, so we help them walk that out. And then the last phase, we help them figure out where they're going to live and what life is going to look like after they have been with us.
So you really provide like whole person care. Not only are you there for them, with their medical needs, you're there for their emotional needs as well.
Absolutely. In fact, that's probably the more important part is it really takes a village to come around these women as they transition out of this, because they've experienced so much trauma, and it's and the addiction is a hard piece too. The average number of times it takes for these women to be successful is 14 times. So
is it?
Yes. So is everyone that comes through our home successful? No, but we have to look at it that maybe this is number 10 for number 1, and that's getting them closer to that, number 14 where they're going to be successful.
And how are you funded at Living in Liberty?
So we have several ways that we have funding. One of them is we have a resale shop. It's called Repurposed down on McKnight Road. And so we take men's, women's, children's clothes, shoes, housewares, furniture. And so a majority of our funding comes through that. But we also have individual donors as well as churches that often fund us. But we also do it through different events that we do. And we have an event coming up.
That's cool. What do you have?
Salsa night. So
that sounds fun.
It is a lot of fun. In fact, you can come learn to salsa if you don't know how. Or if you already know, you can come practice your skills and just have some good food. It's going to be hosted at Connected Health in Wexford.
Okay.
And Dive Bar is going to be providing the food and drinks. So it's going to be a fun evening. It's $55 per person, and it's from 7 to 10 on November 2nd. And we're really hoping for a good turnout to help fund. We're getting ready to open another home down in McKeesport. And so this is going to help create funding for that home.
How can people learn more about Living in Liberty?
So one of the things that we do is also go speak to anybody that will ask. So if someone wants to get someone to come speak to them, they can learn more that way. But we also have a website where you could request this speaker or just learn more about what we do. And we also have a Facebook presence. So just by going to Facebook and putting in Living in Liberty or typing in Living in Liberty in the search bar will bring you to our webpage. So.
All right. Well, that sounds good. All right. Thank you so much for coming in, Elizabeth.
Well, thank you for having me. I'm glad to share about the work that we do.
It's very important.
It is.
Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time on the Butler Buzz. Hey there, Butler. If you want to see more from the Butler Buzz, click on the playlist button up here. To see other Armstrong local programming shows, you can click the subscribe button down here. I suggest you do both. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.